Welcome to AI Pulse, your daily download of everything new in artificial intelligence. Today is January 29th, 2026, and wow, what a day. We are seeing this incredible tug of war happening in real time between massive disruption and mind-blowing creation. Let's get right into it.
Today really feels like two completely different stories being written at the exact same time. On one side, you've got some serious storm clouds, but on the other, there's this burst of pure creation, and the numbers behind it all are just staggering.
Let's start with this one, 16,000. And that's not just a statistic, right? That's 16,000 people, 16,000 careers that were just completely turned upside down today, all because one tech giant decided to make a hard pivot toward AI.
But then, on the complete flip side, you have this number, $100 billion. As those 16,000 jobs were being cut, a single AI company was in talks for a funding round of that size. This is the wild paradox of the AI economy happening right before our eyes.
So these two numbers really tell the story of where we are. We're going to go beyond the headlines and really dig into the forces that are driving all this change and, what it all means for what's coming next.
All right, let's start where a lot of these stories do, by following the money. The entire economic landscape is being redrawn by AI. And that story, for today at least, begins with some major job cuts.
The company behind all this is Amazon. Now, their leadership is framing this as a strategic pivot, a move to get leaner and invest more heavily in AI. But let's be real about the numbers here. This brings their total layoffs to almost 30,000 in just the last few months. This isn't just a trim, it's a massive restructuring of their entire workforce, with AI right at the center.
And here's the other side of that coin. Where's the money going? Well, potentially into a $100 billion funding round for OpenAI. And just look at the investors lining up. You've got Nvidia, Microsoft, and even Amazon is at the table. So the capital that's being freed up from one part of the business is being funneled directly into building the next generation of AI.
So what does all this investment actually create? It's not just about numbers moving around. It's funding some seriously groundbreaking stuff that's changing things from deep inside a science lab to our day-to-day lives. Let's look at two incredible new AI tools that just dropped.
So, to really get our first breakthrough, we need to talk for a second about gene regulation. Just think of it like the master control panel for your DNA. It's flipping all the switches that tell your genes when to turn on and off. Now, when those switches get flipped wrong, it can lead to all kinds of major diseases. And for decades, trying to figure out that control panel has been a huge challenge for scientists.
And this is where Google DeepMind's brand new AI, AlphaGenome, comes in. This thing is a total game changer. It can look at these huge stretches of DNA with incredible single-letter precision. By predicting how even the tiniest little mutation can mess up that genetic control panel, it could literally supercharge research into cures for diseases like cancer and heart disease. Pretty amazing stuff.
Okay, so from the insane complexity of our DNA, let's switch gears to the complexity of our daily lives. Meet Moltbot AI. This new personal assistant is designed to be way more than just another chatbot you have to boss around. The key difference here is its persistent memory and proactive approach. It's supposed to learn what you need and start working for you in the background like a true digital chief of staff.
Next up, a story about a massive, and I mean massive, strategic bet from one of the most watched companies on the planet. Tesla is making a hard pivot, and it is all about AI.
What Tesla's doing is basically making a huge public statement. They're not just a car company anymore, they are betting their entire future on becoming a leader in AI and robotics. The cars, they're just one application of that core tech.
And hey, this isn't just talk. They're taking some really concrete steps. They're actually ending sales of their famous premium models, the S and the X, so they can retool those factory floors to build their Optimus humanoid robots. You add that to a $2 billion investment in XAI, and it's crystal clear Tesla is going all in on a robotic future.
Of course, an explosion of innovation like this never happens in a vacuum. With every single breakthrough, you get new questions, new challenges, and that leads to some pretty significant pushback from regulators and the legal world. And this really gets us to the most crucial question of our time, doesn't it? Can we actually control what we're creating? As AI gets more and more powerful, the challenge of making sure it's used responsibly is getting more urgent by the day.
And that friction is everywhere. Just today, two major legal stories popped up. Over in Europe, X is now under investigation because of illegal content allegedly being generated by its AI. Meanwhile, in the US, Snap is getting sued by a group of YouTubers over alleged copyright infringement. These are the kinds of cases that are starting to draw the battle lines for the future of AI regulation.
And finally, after a day of huge numbers and some really serious debates, let's end with a bit of a humbling reality check from the world of high-tech robotics. So, Russia's new humanoid robot Idol had its big debut today, and it promptly face-planted right on stage. But you gotta love the CEO's take on it. I hope that this mistake will turn into an experience. It's just a perfect, and honestly a kind of funny reminder that the road to an AI-powered future is definitely going to have its share of unexpected tumbles. That's it for AI Pulse today. Thanks for joining us.